to you.
I told her where I was going. I took a picture of the place and sent it to her before I went in.
Look, if you can't count the number of SNES games you have by like a factor of 10%, someone needs to intervene. I am officially calling for an intervention.
I mean, come on out here and stop me if you can.
Wait, you live on the fourth? You live on the fourth floor, you said?
Of an apartment. You have no idea which apartment.
Dude, there's no way I'm going up 4 flights of stairs. That's just not happening. Oh, Greg's sitting here like, you need to find me first. I'm like, a fucking shallow incline. Fuck that.
Stairs, my one and only weakness.
I mean, I've got a lot of enemies, but... Holy crap. Are the Saints beating the shit out of the fucking Buccaneers?
I'm pretty sure I have more video games than that video game store does.
This is exactly what I knew would fucking happen. I fucking knew the Saints would beat the shit out of the Buccaneers when the Buccaneers beat the shit out of the Packers and the Packers beat the shit out of the Saints. This is just how it always happens.
Wait, is it 31-0?
31-0.
God damn it. That does not bode well for my fantasy team.
Screw your fantasy team. Fuck you, Tom Brady.
He was doing so good.
Yeah, not today. 13 for 27, 108 yards, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. What's that quarterback rating?
Oh, man. Are you serious?
I am serial. I just read that off of NFL.com.
Is his rating 33.6?
Why? I can calculate it real quick. Pass attempts, 27. Completions, 13. Yards, 108. Touchdown, 0. Interceptions, 2. Passer rating, calculate. 28.1. Sorry, 28.01. I actually gave him too many points.
I wasn't too far off.
I mean, that's really bad. Meanwhile, Drew Brees, Jesus, he's actually playing some football today. 25 attempts, 20 completions, 199 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Rating is 139.42.
I'll be lucky if I win my matchups this week.
All right, Greg, get on Inquisitor, damn it.
I'm on it.
Oh, okay. You have to make a game. We're all joining you. Because you're behind us.
Season of the Inferno.
Did that, whatever you bought, have more content than the version we got?
I don't think so.
Oh, right, no, never mind.
6, Heavy Gunner Crusader.
Okay, this podcast, 3G episode 216, we're dedicating to the demise, much overstated, of the 8th generation of consoles. And for all intents and purposes, much overstated. You gotta pay attention to everything I say. Because everyone actually totally does that. Next week, we are going to have next generation consoles out in the wild. Some of us may have them in our own houses. I don't know about Greg. I know Ari got some bad news on that subject. As far as Walmart and Best Buy are concerned, both of our shipments are still on time, so I'm ready to go. I have a shelf set up. I have a external hard drive. I've got a long-ass HDMI cord. I'm good. Like, it'll be a chore. Hopefully the damn thing doesn't just fucking explode when I try to turn it on. Hopefully I don't flip a breaker when I try to turn it on either. That's another cause for concern, but be that as it may, I should have a PlayStation 5 in, 4 days, 3 days-ish, whatever, change. So we're dedicating this podcast to talk about the last generation, or rather current generation of consoles, which is the last time we'll be able to say that. And the internet has informed me that, yes, indeed, this is the 8th generation of consoles. I'm excluding the Switch from this because Nintendo is obviously not keeping up with everyone else again.
They are in sales-wise.
Well, yes, they've already eclipsed the Xbone, but they are not shifting to new hardware, so it is not the end of their generation. So I didn't feel the need to include their games on this list because Switch isn't going anywhere. But if it makes anyone feel better, the only game that would be a contender on the Nintendo Switch for me is Fire Emblem Three Houses, if that matters.
Alright, let's do this. Let's see.
I'm joining.
You all are in my game.
Cool.
It looks like you're all here. I don't know how to select missions though, so give me a second.
Yeah, you have to go to this Helm Cogitator and blah blah blah.
Oh, there's a ton of them. Does it matter which one I do?
Fuck, I don't care. I don't think they're all missions. I think some of them are just empty planets, but you'll figure it out.
Do a thing, we'll do the thing.
Right. We are technically talking about the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 here on this podcast, but who here actually owns an Xbox One? Has anyone here played any Xbox One games? I swear we're not all rancid ponies, but just keeping it real. Microsoft.
We played briefly at your sister's house.
I saw people. No, I did play Sonic Mania over at their house.
Yeah.
They were like, Nathan's really good at video games. He played Sonic. He'll be good at this. And I ran into some spikes, and I was like, what? I sucked back then. I suck now.
They tried to get me to play Chemical Plants.
No, I actually did good at that, remember? That's the zone I actually did well at.
Yeah, that's the one I didn't. I hate that one. I got like PTSD.
Oh, jeez. But yes, the only game I've played on an Xbone has been a love letter to a Genesis game. And
ooh, I can make difficulty choices.
Whatever.
Hard, extreme, impossible, insane, eye of terror.
Probably not much call to do high difficulty stuff when we're this low level. Not going to get anything out of it, but whatever. Except. So, tonight we're going to talk about positive, negative developments of the 8th console generation, and I guess the highlight of this podcast, which is rare for this podcast, is not going to be the news. It is going to be our own personal opinions on the 8th generation games and our favorite 10 of each. We're going to wait for Jared to show up because he said he'd be here in about an hour after start. We had to move things forward because Greg couldn't attend because he's pretending he has responsibilities. Although, since he's talking about buying his 250th SNES game,
54.
What did I say?
50.
What? Come on.
How dare you take away 4 games from me?
That's not ballparky enough. Considering that, I'm going to remain a little bit dubious of Greg's claims to have to do adult stuff, but either way, we're here now and doing it, so I guess it doesn't matter. So while we wait for Jared, we might as well talk about some news, and fortunately we don't have all that much today. Look, I can almost fit it all on one screen. Isn't that crazy? I guess the big news of this week...
Well, this thing has to load, doesn't it? Jesus.
Yeah, we need to play this on PlayStation 5 with its slightly faster SSD load times. The voice cast for Mass Effect reunited earlier this week, and of course it's the worst kept secret in gaming that there was going to be a Mass Effect Trilogy remaster. And
well, I feel like you've been saying there's going to be a remaster for like a year straight now.
It's been leaking for a year straight in various forums. I can't remember if we actually got a rating of it, but once you get a rating from some board or another, that's pretty much the game. So I've been pretty certain of its existence since then, but if you're getting the original voice team back together, come on, what else are they going to do? Unless you're doing Mass Effect 4, which, spoiler, they might actually be doing something like that, but, well, I can address and dismiss this really quickly. Another mainline Mass Effect game is in production, but, well, we know how long BioWare likes to fuck around in pre-production, so I think it's fair if we ignore it. Because it's probably not going to be out, like, we're talking 2025 if we're generous. Oh, I switched weapons and now I have different attacks.
How do you switch weapons again?
Oh, I just switched them when I was in the ship at the end of the last podcast.
Yeah, I got a flamethrower too. How do you switch weapons though? I've completely forgotten.
No, I was
Right
in
on
the ship.
middle, looks like
So, I don't know how you do it on the
there's
fly.
a way to do it.
Yeah, right on the analog switches between range and melee for me. But on November the 7th and 7 Day, we got news that yes, they are making a Trilogy Remaster. What's it called? The Legendary Edition. Not a very unique name, but fuck it. We're getting these Trilogy remasters, which is what I've been wanting for a while. Hopefully they don't fuck up the gameplay and RPG mechanics of the first game, because it's still my favorite. I don't give a fuck if everyone likes 2 better. 2 did have a better story, but God, they just shed so many RPG mechanics. I can't possibly put 2 over 1. Anyways, I will buy it day 1. I will play it. It'll be fine, I hope. Like, they're not really adding too much to this trilogy, as far as I know.
Oh, if you press the right directional button, it switches weapons.
Didn't we just say that?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Not here.
Jeez, Greg. Oh, I have a leap attack. Sweet. Ow, these things are actually doing damage to me. So, finally some good news out of BioWare. I mean, we haven't really heard anything from them for a long time, except them promising that they're going to fix Anthem. No, for real, seriously this time. Is anyone else buying the Mass Effect Trilogy Remaster day 1?
Not day 1.
Not day... Oh, God, Greg. I'm kind of hoping... Oh, I'm gonna. 100%.
Day 1.
Day 1. Rebecca, tell him.
I don't know. You probably are.
You probably am. I mean, I wrote a guide for Mass Effect 1, and it could really use an update. So hopefully I can convince some people to pay for a update. But Mass Effect is not the only game out there getting a remaster. Everyone's favorite forgotten vampire fan service game from the the PlayStation 2 era is also getting remastered. Blood Rain 1 and 2 enhanced versions are coming to PC on November 20th.
Oh, wow.
Right?
I actually played both those games.
I actually did too. And
Blood
Rain
Rain 2 was quite weird.
They weren't good. Can we agree they weren't good?
Yeah, I wouldn't call them good.
They weren't bad, but they weren't good.
Horrible, especially the first one, but
I mean, there has to be something to be said about, like, grapple straddling Nazis and drinking their blood while shooting over their shoulder at fucking enemies, right? That was kind of cool. The first few times he did it, and then afterwards it was kind of like...
The whole Bayou thing was really weird, though.
Wasn't that like the first or second level of the game?
I didn't care for it.
Yeah, it took a while for that game to get started. Like, you started out in some fucking swamp, and then you were in, like, Nazi bunkers, and then you were in some fucking castle in South America, I think. It was a goofy game. I thought it was more original at the time, but now that I'm thinking about everything, like, introducing werewolves and shit. It's just, come on. Every vampire thing does that, right?
Yeah.
But, the remaster that nobody was asking for, as far as I know, but, you know, if it comes to PlayStation 4...
Who the heck, right? Oh, this is what the flamethrower was made for. Yes. Purge the unclean with me, Ari. Purge the unclean.
I'm glad there's no friendly fire.
Have you seen this R2, Ari? You slowly walk backwards while shooting your flamethrower.
Somehow I think I'm misusing my class.
I'm not entirely sure what the triangle and circle do for the flamethrower yet.
Oh, there's a
But for the
chest up here.
shotgun, it's just like 3 big blasts, which is really good.
What the? They should not allow people to do that.
What is that?
Oh, we gotta kill this thing quickly before time runs out. Oh, that wasn't too hard at all.
I mean, looked like a lot of gold.
I will not be buying Blood Rain
Oh, you
remasters
don't
day
say?
one.
You don't
Yeah,
say.
I know it's
Not a day
surprising.
one buy for you?
No, I might wait on those. Jesus Christ! That attack has some fucking range, don't it? Oh, now what's going on? Days Gone is going to run in dynamic 4K resolution at 60 frames per second. Sorry, up to 60 frames per second on the PlayStation 5.
Jeez. I mean, that's one of the PS4 exclusives I haven't played yet. So
Same here.
I guess it's a good thing. I guess. Whatever. I'll take it.
I mean, I'm not complaining about it, but come on, guys. If you can't hit 4K, just set it to 30 and we'll be... Or 60 frames per second, just set it to 30. It'll be better than trying to half-ass it at like 40 to 50. Have we searched this entire... Oh. Greg?
What?
Searching levels. I think it gives us a chance to keep exploring afterwards. I also haven't played God of War yet, so I'm kind of keen on playing an enhanced version of that. That'll be fun.
Oh, that's so good. Have you not played that?
I mean, I played some of it, but... I made it, like, just past the first time you see the world serpent, and then you go to that fucking, like, other realm. Not terribly far in the game, I don't think.
No.
So...
There's definitely some realms to visit.
But hey, now I'll get to play it slightly better than on the
So
PlayStation
to
4.
quit, does everybody have to hit the touchpad or what?
I think. Yeah. Who's voting for mission completed?
Is the mission not completed?
Am I done exploring yet?
Oh my god.
No, I am not.
Branch
Where's this branch we didn't explore it?
at the beginning.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, Greg, the beginning.
Oh, go explore the beginning then.
Oh,
We were trying to.
I don't hope to leave.
Yeah,
Let's get to some top 10 PlayStation action.
No, we're doing the news first.
The news. What could be bigger than Blood Rain HD remakes?
Capcom getting 1 terabyte of data stolen?
Ooh, Go on.
Japanese developer Capcom has suffered a ransomware attack where threat actors claim to have stolen 1 terabyte of sensitive data from their corporate networks in the US, Japan, and Canada. This is from Bleeping Computer. Not one of our usual news sources, so I'm going to call it out when it's not Gamatsu, as usual. Yesterday, Capcom announced they had been hit with a cyber attack on November 2nd, 2020 that led to the halting of portions of their corporate network to prevent the attack's spread. Beginning...
let me know when to select a new level.
Oh, I'm good. I only leveled up once, so I don't need to fuck around with any gear. Beginning in the early morning hours, November 2nd, 2020, some of the Capcom Group networks experienced issues that affected access to certain systems, including email and file servers. The company has confirmed that this was due to unauthorized access carried out by a third party, and it has halted some operations of its internal network as of November 2nd. It's one of those fucking ransomware things where they hack into your shit and lock it unless you pay them.
Did they steal the data, or they just locked it?
In a ransom note created during the attack, the Ragnar Locker operators state that they have stolen 1 terabyte of unencrypted files from the corporate networks in Japan, the USA, and Canada. We have breached your security perimeter and get access to every server of company's network in different offices located in Japan, USA, Canada. So we has downloaded more. I'm just reading this verbatim. More than 1 terabyte total volume of your private sensitive data, including account files, banking statements, budget and revenue files classified as confidential, tax documents, intellectual property, proprietary business information, clients' and employees' personal information, such as passports and visa, incidents acts, corporate agreements and contracts, non-disclosure agreements, confidential agreements, sales summaries. We also have your private corporate correspondence, emails, messenger, spelled incorrectly, of course, conversations, marketing presentations, audit reports, and a lot of other sensitive information. If no deal made, then all your data will be published and or sold through an auction to any third parties. Jeez. Hey, hopefully they leaked information that Dragon's Dogma 2 is being made!
No, you're not that lucky.
I know. If only. Although Capcom would just fucking copyright flag my shit for things it's not. Goddamn Capcom. Why am I being nice to you? The Medium has been refused classification in Australia. And I don't want to get too political on this podcast, because that's why we had a stream earlier in the week. But it's always funny, like, back in the day when, like a few years ago, when conservatives would say, oh, they're censoring all your titties in video games. And to some extent, yeah, I mean, it's happening. But let's not pretend that if you fucking elect these Christian conservatives to places of power, they wouldn't censor your shit too. Case in point, Australia. Australia are so fucking bad about censoring everything. I didn't actually post this as a news story, but this kind of dovetails into it. Earlier this week, Australia effectively banned hentai. At least...
I don't even see how that's a thing.
I thought we did cover that.
I don't think we covered that in the news. I thought we just talked about it.
I thought we covered it.
Well, I don't know. But essentially, the justification they used... I don't know, like, there was a guy who was accused of having child pornography in Australia, and if you've ever read a manga or anything, you know that bar is very, very low in Japanese content. Like, characters are often indeterminate ages, and for whatever reason, anime and shit likes to pull that thing like, oh, I look like a little fox girl, but I'm really 1,000 years old. I don't know why I'm giving everything my Jordan Peterson voice today, but it's just view it as a general sign of contempt. And, yeah, when you play that game, come on. That's just fucking you trying to snake that shit in there. But still, well...
Snake that shit?
Yes. Rebecca, you had some insight onto this, didn't you?
Yeah, we already talked about it, though.
I don't think we talked about it on the podcast.
I think we talked about it during our stream.
We might have.
Well, there was a case in the U.S.
Yeah, that's what I wanted you to comment on, because you know more of this stuff than I do.
There was a case in the U.S. where they ruled that it's not child porn if it's not an actual child being harmed. So if you... In this case, they had pornography between Bart and Lisa Simpson.
Oh,
they had images from magazines of baby heads that they put on naked adult women.
No. Like, no, just think about this. Real baby heads being put on the bodies of adult women.
Yeah.
That sounds creepy as fuck.
I don't know who gets off on that, because wouldn't pedophiles be, like, by definition attracted to the bodies of adolescents, not the faces of babies? I don't understand it. I don't understand. It's probably a good thing.
I'm just gonna say Rule 34 is a thing, and it doesn't matter. Anything you say, and as weird as it may be, it's a thing.
This guy also had modified a baby doll into being a sex toy.
Of course they did. Why wouldn't they?
And he had benign images of children from, like, magazines.
No images of children this guy has are benign.
Well, yeah. But what I mean is it wasn't a child engaged
I
in
know. But still.
But, like, ads from the Sears catalog type deal, you know, kids in bathing suits and stuff like that. And even though he's, like, borderline pedophile, they had no proof
borderline?
They had no proof he actually harmed a child.
Okay, Greg, give us your center left perspective as a dad.
This may sound bad. And you know it's probably bad when you preface what you're about to say with "this may sound bad."
Especially when we're talking about fucking, baby faces on adult bodies. Yes.
Yeah.
Is it possible, I'm just going to put this out there, is it possible this is saving a child from being molested?
Oh my god, Greg, you have, like, way more nuance than I thought you'd have.
That's the
like,
real
I'm so
question.
proud of you.
And ultimately, it seems the judge agreed that because it wasn't harming an actual child, it kept him from getting real child pornography.
I think that may be for some people, but I also think that may not be for... Oh, shit. That's a big fucking thing.
Yeah.
It may not be that for some people.
You still have to monitor to make sure that those people don't ever cross that line, because...
Man, who wants that fucking job?
At some point...
Someone's got to do it.
Will that stop being enough?
I would never want to do that job.
And I think one of the reasons why Australia made the ruling that they did is because if you allow access to faux child pornography, it may cause you to have an attraction to children and could lead you to become a pedophile.
Hey, Jared, what a time to join the podcast.
Yeah, what a time.
Especially if it's a juvenile viewing it, because during your teenage years is when you form a lot of your sexual preferences. So I kind of get both sides. Like,
yeah, but now you have to pick one.
Yeah, well, it's hard to pick one because we need more information on how it all works, but we do know.
Well,
a lot
Australia disagrees.
If I'm forced to pick one,
US.
if I'm forced to pick one, this is actually a really easy decision for me. I pick the Greg / US judge's side, because the alternative to that is like fucking Minority Report thought crime bullshit. And that's what the judge's decision was in Australia, was basically like, well, if you look at this, you might start craving the real thing one day. And, like...
I agree with Nathan.
You don't know that. You don't know that. But they effectively banned hentai in Australia because of this. So, again, if you're a smug-ass conservative and you think that you're gonna fucking fight some culture war shit and you're gonna have all the floppy anime titties ever after you just defeat those mean SJWs who are taking your shit away, look at Australia.
Could you draw like a line to like a topic that's always brought up with video games and violence, right? How people think that just because you play violent games that you can become violent.
Yeah, how is that any exactly?
I don't think there is functionally any difference.
But how is that any difference than the whole porn/pedophile?
Well, you could make the nuanced case that humans at different formative periods in their life respond differently to violent stimulus and sexual stimulus.
They do.
Ratings.
They do.
Yes.
That's why we have ratings.
Yeah.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
I mean, that's why you really should be careful about allowing a teenage boy to view sexual imagery of even fake children, because it will give them that attraction to a prepubescent body.
See, I don't know. Do I want to get too much information? I'm gonna get too much information.
What we know about human sexuality.
I hit puberty at the age of 12, and I can confirm I was never fucking interested in anything that didn't have fucking titties.
Yeah, because you were looking at things that
maybe I was. You know what? Dungeons and Dragons saved me, because that succubus in the monster manual, she was a fucking slut.
And your dad had Playboys.
Yeah, well, he didn't have Playboy.
Stuff like that. Well, he had Playboys when I moved here.
He did have Playboys when you moved here, but his wife was living in Detroit for 2 years at the time, so cut him some slack. Ironically, he had that Playboy where they featured images of game girls, and, like, they had there was a MMO made by the guy, I think, who did the Ultima series. What was it called? Deus Ex or Tabula Rasa or Tabula Rasa. Yeah. It had, like, the redheaded chick from that in there, and it had, like, one of the dryads from The Witcher, and I was like, good God, this is fucking cringe. It was a weird overlap of worlds. My dad having a fucking Playboy featuring video game characters. It's like, okay, it's kind of weird. Even I'm a little bit embarrassed for you. But, man, this is a good podcast, right? We're hitting everything today. Oh man, have I really gotten that much loot from these missions?
I've gotten a good bit.
I'm doing a couple things because I got a couple skill points to do and stuff. Do your shit now.
I'm trying not to spend anything, as dumb as that is, because I kind of just want to play and not think about shit.
Quickly, like, put new gear on and stuff.
I did get a bolt pistol. Oh, that's how you switch between.
I got a chainsword.
If anybody gets arc blades, let me know. Because I'm keen on using those. But I don't want to sit here and spend a whole bunch of time in my inventory between each mission. Neural implant. Sure, whatever. You say you have higher quality. They just give you so many little fucking trinkets, and it's like,
I know.
do I really want to go through these every time?
Yeah, every two missions seems perfect.
I guess. But then I have to think about things and look at things, and I don't want to pay attention.
I got a better flamethrower.
I got a better almost everything.
I didn't get a better sword, surprisingly.
Well, I keep not getting better weapons, though. That's... I keep getting all those neural implants and eye things and all of that shit, so...
Yeah, I guess I'm not really having any trouble killing anything, so what do I really care? Oh,
Should
right!
I put it on hard?
No, you should not, because I have actually gotten hurt sometimes. I forgot green is better than blue. That's just so... that's fucking with me so much.
Yeah.
How is green better than blue? What world is this?
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, my brain is making me automatically skip over all the blue shit, because I'm like, that's blue!
Alright, I'm gonna select something. Hey, when I'm selecting something, can you guys still sell and look at your shit?
Well, you're looking for something.
Yeah,
Oh.
like missions.
Yeah, hold on, I just realized that I was doing this all wrong, because I was looking at...
Clearly you can still look at stuff while I'm selecting.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying. Wait, why didn't I equip this? +7 quality? Yes. Purple purity seal? Did I not get any better guns? Assassin power sword.
Hey, Jared. I live in Virginia now.
That's nice.
Y'all are practically neighbors. Actually, I'm going to see how far away you two are.
Where is he from again?
He's somewhere around Pittsburgh. I don't know the actual place.
I'm gonna see where is he from. Where? Oh, Pittsburgh. That's right.
You guys can meet up in, like, Ohio.
Ew. Nah, you're still like 7 hours away. So.
It's
Yeah,
not
I'm on the
Ohio.
I'm in the far eastern tip of Virginia, and I mean, you'd have to drive at least through the entirety of Virginia, right? To get
Yeah.
to Pittsburgh.
He's in western PA. Southwestern.
Yeah, and we are in center northwest Tennessee.
Yep.
Tennessee. Yep.
I can drive 15 minutes to the beach.
Oh boy, I'm sure your kids will like that.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Yeah, the beach is, like, outside.
The beach is good for you, Mrs. I have no melanin and turn red instantly in the sun.
Why?
Then it's probably not good for her.
And she can't swim either, so...
She'll go out there and the sun will fry her.
The sand is bad, the water's bad. Jeez,
The
Rebecca.
sand is
But she doesn't like the snow either. Like,
annoying. It's everywhere.
what is your ideal environment, woman?
68 degrees and cloudy. At night.
Temperate, plains.
As long as you don't sunbathe with butter on you.
Rebecca...
Oh my God, I've known people who did that, and they're like, "Why do I have such a bad sunburn?" You're a fucking idiot.
The only time I got a really bad sunburn is, like, my second trip to Italy. For some reason, that did it. That just fucking melted my back skin. So, I survived, though. It wasn't that bad. I've seen way worse.
Shit, this summer
Cleanse the
I fucking
Emperor.
had skin peeling off of my arms.
Oops, I hit the wrong button.
They want you to like hide and use cover and shit, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna run up on people and just, cover them in flame.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with subtlety. Maybe you need to do that later on higher difficulties, but until the game forces me, I'm not gonna develop that skill set.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I hit circle, and then I go to triangle, and then I spam square. I don't know what square does compared to X, really, but if it's something big, I will... Oh, no, I'm talking melee. I have a different attack. if it's a big thing, like it has a yellow life bar too, I will switch between X and square, because I'm pretty sure one of them is doing stagger, but I'm not sure which, so... I am good at video games, damn it! We got a Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition demo on the PlayStation 4 and Xbone, I think, this past week. Anybody play it?
I have some friends that did.
You do. You have another one right here.
Played it. He's already got his bunny tails.
I've already got all the bunny tails I need for the rest of the game. I'm ready. I'm good to go.
I'm sure.
Well, that's gonna be his Christmas present. So.
I can't wait for another plat on that game.
Me neither. Speaking of platinums, holy shit, do we got news. Exophase and PSN profiles have been updating their shit, and guess what? Valhalla has 2 plats. Maneater has 2 plats. There are probably other games that have multiple plats, but a lot of games have PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 platinums.
Yeah, Maneater, Chaos Bane.
Chaos Bane! Chaos Bane, Greg!
Oh man, Jared, I just started that game like yesterday.
That's not a free upgrade.
Yeah. I will buy that game again for $20 ish. It was a good podcast game. It was mindless and it got us a platinum. What more do you people want? Did you turn the difficulty up, Greg?
No.
I feel it. I know you did. Oh, did I die? I died.
How'd you die?
Things shot me until I died? How do you think you die in these games? I tell you what, switching...
I hit a chest and 3 turrets came down, and then this champion guy came around. That's what killed you.
No. I tell you what, replacing your life bar with a skull does not really help you plan for when to heal. And I don't know what this game is doing, but it's not letting me respawn or wait or anything, so...
Are you just dead?
I don't know. I don't know how this fucking shit works. I never died before.
We have to, like...
Before and had no trouble coming back.
We have to find you?
I just got a flashing white respawn button. That's not doing anything, so... I don't know.
It was probably like a 2
There's no timer on my
Wasn't
screen.
there a potion? Isn't it like R1? Oh, god damn. Oh, that hurt.
How do I... can't use a potion. I'm dead. I'm wondering if the game's just being fucking stupid. Anyways, we have a whole bunch of trophy lists for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, but we don't know how any of this works, so whether you're going to get a... Like, if you buy the PlayStation 4 version and then just upgrade it on your PS5, are you going to get access to both lists? Who knows?
I guess we'll find out sooner or later.
I mean, we're going to find out in a few days when people have these games. Speaking of all these games, Target's Buy 2 Get 1 free sale went live in the wee hours of the morning, last night. Today, it did suck. They did not really have half as many games for sale as they needed during it. They had Yakuza. They had Godfall. Did they have anything else that was big? They had Valhalla.
They had classic My Little Pony.
They had yeah. Well, Rebecca found some shit to buy.
Complete series, it says. We'll see about that.
Why are there enemies still standing? Have you guys not killed these things over here yet?
There's areas we didn't go to yet.
So did Greg just spawn kill me and leave me here to fucking rot?
Dude.
Get your fucking ass back here. Fucking Greg.
Can we revive people?
I didn't see his dead body.
I didn't see him at all.
Maybe...
You're saying Nathan just sucks somehow and we're not sure
Maybe
why.
it's a higher difficulty and it doesn't allow respawning. Oh.
Or him. Don't discount the fact it could be him.
I've got 3 buttons on my screen and none of them work. I don't know how this works. They did not have, for whatever reason, Gods and Monsters. That's what I was thinking of. Even though they had other Ubisoft games like Watch Dogs Legion and Valhalla. That made no fucking sense. They didn't have Miles Morales or Demon's Souls, so sorry, Greg.
Yeah, I saw
discounts
you
on
mentioned
those.
that they didn't have those, and I was immediately uninterested.
I went ahead and I snagged...
Bug snacks?
No, we're getting that for free.
Yeah, Greg.
Rebecca, say it.
Yeah, but you wanna...
Fine then. No, I got Yakuza because I want that steelbook. And I was gonna grab Dragon Quest Builders 2 for the Switch for my nieces. But I couldn't think of a third thing to buy for the life of me. Because, I don't know, I didn't want to roll the dice on Godfall. And then by the time Rebecca got her ass home and found something to buy, the fucking Dragon Quest Builders 2 went out of stock. So I had to fucking settle for Godfall anyway. So I'm getting Godfall. Even though I'm not at all confident it'll be worth anything. And apparently neither is Gearbox, since they still aren't allowing people to review it. So I can pause and unpause the game and move the camera around, but I'm just dead. This game fucking sucks, guys.
Yeah, maybe you won't suck at it anymore. After
Hey, why don't you
this
turn the
years.
difficulty down so it's not fucking stupid?
From
just-
normal?
Or just not get me fucking ambushed by shit that you spawn? How about that?
Learn to survive, chump.
Oh, now it's letting me fucking respawn. For no
Are you
fucking reason.
serious? This was all you. You found a button.
No, the button was on my screen the whole time. It just wasn't doing anything.
I don't know if I buy this.
I have it on stream.
Your efforts. You have your efforts on stream.
Yes. Rebecca, what did you buy at the Target buy two get one free sale?
Bunch of movie theaters or TV stations.
And you guys are so fast compared to me.
Ooh. Does the game actually tell you anywhere what all your different attacks do, or?
Not really, I don't think
Not that I recall.
It'd be nice to know what the difference between my square attack and triangle attack was. It says rewards on level, passives. Fuck if I know where it tells you anything. Switch sales top 68.3 million. Super Mario 3D All-Stars tops 5.21 million. I think it's safe to say the Switch has easily outsold the Xbone by now. Oh, come on, game.
Good
Don't-
info to skip.
This is literally
Sorry.
the campaign objective.
Well, they don't need to fucking let me start combat before they run up a cutscene.
What you want them to do? Cue the cutscene until Nathan is ready?
Yes,
Oh my
actually.
goodness.
Skip the cutscene!
Yes, it makes more sense for them to interrupt me mid-combat so they can start a cutscene that literally nobody cares about.
No, I'm with them on this one. You gotta do it whenever the player interacts with it.
After the enemies have started attacking me?
Whenever.
Are you even here, or are you fucking around somewhere else?
Look at that. There's the does that make it all better?
No! Why are you not here and you're fucking around or shit somewhere else?
I just did that objective.
Jesus Christ, Greg.
Speaking of not being here, this entire mission, I got the stream to prove it.
Jeez, I'm gonna fucking die again.
Press R. You guys can press R1, right?
It's not healing me, so I
You guys
don't...
know you can press R1 to heal, right?
It doesn't do anything.
You know you can press L2 and R2 for a special attack, right?
No.
You know you can retreat, right?
You know you cannot interrupt combat with cutscenes, right?
Not that it matters, you're just gonna die.
Jeez. Oh, this is a boss guy.
Dead boss guy.
Yeah, they didn't actually manage to kill
didn't
him.
die.
Well, good for fucking you!
I didn't die either.
Like said Greg and that includes you.
I couldn't hear. Yeah. Rebecca and I are just carrying this team.
Apparently there's a turret that you can go into.
Why'd you ever want to go into a turret? Sega sells its arcade business due to the 9/11 pandemic. I guess it
The
kind of got
9/11?
Or sorry, COVID-19. What am I thinking of?
Wow.
9/11 was chump shit compared to Trump. This is from Yahoo Finance. The arcade industry has unsurprisingly taken a steep hit during the COVID-19 pandemic, and that's
9/11
leading...
Pandemic.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's the one where all those people attacked all the towers. Maybe you've heard of it. It's everywhere.
Nah, only in one city. Well, and in a field in Pennsylvania. The only pandemic caused by 9/11 was the American fascism pandemic, and that's killed way more Americans than any terrorists ever did. Eurogamer reports that Sega Sammy Holdings has sold 85.1% of its Japanese arcade business, Sega Entertainment, to the amusement machine company Genda. Sega isn't shy about the reasoning. Its amusement unit has been greatly affected by the coronavirus, and it wants a company that can change with the times and reduce its fixed costs. The company is still expected to record extraordinary losses as part of the transfer. While there has been some recovery after the initial blow from the pandemic, the situation was still uncertain enough to prompt the sell-off. I mean, who goes to fucking arcades anymore?
Well, who buys an arcade during a pandemic?
A very smart company named Genda,
Hopefully
apparently.
they bought it for next to nothing.
I mean, it doesn't sound like Sega was selling it
Is there
game.
a price there?
They don't list one in this article. Now, my armor's supposed to have an ability, but I have no fucking clue how to activate it. View item skills. Yeah, it doesn't say how to actually activate it. Hey, a new frag grenade. That's something. Even though the other one was green. Yeah, I shouldn't even be looking at blue shit. I need to code my brain to just look at all the green stuff. Which is surprisingly hard to train myself to do. View item skills. Oh, that's how you can look at shit. Okay. Okay. Blade Storm. High suppression, death cult combo, single target. Each attack delivered in the combo increases attack speed, critical hit chance, and critical hit power. Up to a maximum of 5 attacks. Voltaic Arc. That's the thing that stuns. Disables the target for 3 seconds. Okay.
You guys ready?
I really need to sell some shit off. So I will. I wish there were quick sell options. I'm assuming there's not. I don't even think there's sort options, is there? I could be wrong. But yeah, if anyone figures out how to sort your inventory automatically, by all means, let me know. Why is there so much shit that says it's superior on my first page? That shouldn't be how it works. Why was that equipped? I had a lot of garbage equipped, apparently.
What are these attributes?
Oh, I haven't even gotten that far yet. Bolt pistol. Oh, apparently it unequipped all the shit I equipped last time. I guess you gotta finish fucking around in your inventory or it's not gonna keep what you did. Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah, some bad Gregs.
What's your base damage?
Shit, I have no clue how to even check that.
It's on your inventory, upper left. Base damage, hit points, suppression.
The 53?
Mine is 80.
89.
Oh, that's with my pistol. 78 with my 78 with my weapon. My melee weapon, I should say.
Intel, rare intel, valuable information about a special mission with high risk and high reward. Sell value 200,000. How is that possible? What?
They have a 200,000 sale item? That's weird. Seems a little soon for this point in the game.
Well, I used it, and it turned into this level 11 mission.
Okay.
So, I think we get better rewards, because it warned me that, like, enemies do 30% more damage.
Oh, great. But,
So,
yes, as Ari
let's
pointed
stick
out
together.
on Discord, ironically, I guess I'm the guinea pig for Godfall. So I hope it's decent, but the only reason I bought it is because I needed a third item in a buy two get one. That's why I fucking hate buy two get one sales. I also caved and pre-ordered Assassin's Creed Valhalla, so... And yes, I bought the PS4 version because... in case my Xbox PlayStation 5 gets delayed, at least I'll be able to play it, you know? And also, I was kind of thinking maybe I'll get 2 trophy lists that way, but I don't know for sure. I guess I'll find out in about 3 days here, but if you can just buy the PS4 version and get 2 trophy lists, God, that's stupid. Right? Final score for New Orleans and Tampa Bay. New Orleans 38, Tampa Bay 3.
Oh, that is
boy.
pathetic.
They got themselves 3 points, so at least they didn't lose at 0.
Tom Brady, 22 for 38 passing, 209 yards, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
Yeah, that's really bad.
That's wonderful.
I love it.
Captured zones.
Oh, okay. Okay, hold on, guys. Did it keep all my inventory shit that I equipped? I think it did. Okay, we're gonna actually need to give people time to swap shit out.
Getting more reinforcements.
Allowed deaths. Okay, we can only die 3 times, apparently.
Yeah, Nathan.
Fuck you. I'm gonna die as often as I want. There are apparently enemies up here. Do we want to go after them, or what are we doing?
We're capturing zones, apparently.
Apparently you can, like, sprint roll with... at least I can.
Might be an assassin on me.
What are these things?
I don't know, but they ain't taking shit for damage.
Yeah, this isn't good.
Spend all that money.
Why are they taking damage?
Are we sure the game's not just glitching? Because they're not really doing anything either.
They're not taking psychic damage.
Oh, there's a whole bunch more of them laid up here.
I have no idea what's going on, but they're not dying or anything.
They're doing fuck all.
I guess one of them died. This level's really poorly designed. There's just like a bunch of invisible walls everywhere.
Yeah, it looks like one of them died.
Well, I'm going to read some more news because it doesn't look like this is worth doing at all. More news for the Control Ultimate Edition. Remember that thing that got a Ultimate Edition that fucked over everyone who bought the base game? Everyone remembers that. Good stuff there. The PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X version of the game has been delayed until 2021. So even if you go out of your way to buy the Ultimate Edition, you don't get to play with the next generation enhancements for a couple of months yet. So we can remove these things' suppression, but we can't actually damage them. Yeah, sorry guys, this is just a waste of time.
I think it broke.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Like, I don't even see damage numbers coming up on my attacks.
I do.
At all.
I see, like, when I do my jump attack, I see, like, 250 and shit. But it doesn't actually subtract from their health bars.
Oh, you know what? I'm out here in the middle and it's subtracting.
Is it subtracting from the top bar or the lower bar?
The top.
Oh. Oh yeah, something died. They're not taking any damage from me, but... Nah, you know what? I'm not playing. I'm gonna read news, and if I die, I die. Because this game isn't serious. Take-Two Interactive is in talks to acquire Codemasters. It is a potential $974.5 million acquisition. The only thing I really remember Codemasters from is the Overlord series, which apparently is defunct now. So my care for any of this is minor at best, but just more corporate consolidation of property.
Nothing I can do about that.
Is everybody dead?
I stopped fucking playing, so whatever.
Yeah, I think we can. The fuck that was about?
Yeah, that was stupid.
Definitely seemed bugged.
What was that mission type called?
Asshole.
What's this game called? Martyr Prophet or
Inquisitor Martyr. Take-Two Interactive Software Incorporated today confirmed an announcement made by the board of Codemasters that the company has made a proposal to acquire the entire issued share capital of UK-based game publisher and developer Codemasters at a price of 485 pence, approximately $6.40 per share.
Yeah, a lot of us keep the dropped items from that.
Actually get any dropped items?
Yeah,
Well, this says it has higher quality, so since we're at such low levels, I might as well just equip anything that says it has higher quality.
Anybody remember what those enemies were called?
Tyranids. That has to have been a bug. Like, that didn't make any sense otherwise.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Well, since Greg's looking that up, I can fuck around in my inventory for longer. And that's always a good thing. I mean, as much as I don't want to be blithe about this, I don't think I have any skin in the game. When it comes to Codemasters, I think they've given up making anything I'm even remotely interested in, so... I mean, I hate to see anything get bigger just for the sake of it, but... I don't also think it really matters to me too much. Anyone shedding tears over Codemasters being acquired by Take-Two Interactive?
Yeah.
Anyone here play the Overlord games back in the day?
A little bit.
Second one was way, way better. You have no choice.
For you.
It-
For the Overlord.
It was better because you could actually, like, you'd control, like, a horde of minions, right? And as you killed things, you would be able to sometimes pick up unique items. And they,
Pumpkin-headed ones are so
yeah,
cute.
they would use that to, like, arm and armor themselves. Problem is,
I love when they put on the pumpkin helmets.
yeah,
That's what I just said.
Jesus. He's doing it on purpose at this point.
He's not listening to anything I said.
I can hardly hear you.
Everyone else can hear me, right, guys?
I can hear you.
There you
I can hear you fine.
I don't know what it's about.
Just
I
you,
don't know.
Greg. Just you.
But
Probably has me on partial mute.
I don't think you can set levels for individuals, can you? I don't know.
He found a way.
He found a way. He's hacking PSN just to make you a little bit quieter.
Yup.
For Christ. The AI was really stupid in Overlord, though, and, like, the number one cause of death for your minions was running them into water. And I know this sounds like, well, get better at the game. No, you play that fucking game, and you try to do it without running your minions into water at least a dozen times. It is impossible. Their controls are just weird. In the second game, yes, this was still an issue, but you had the ability to revive dead minions back at your base. So if you found ones that were really well equipped, that you really liked, you could just keep bringing them back. So that made a huge difference because, man, there's nothing fucking worse than having your fucking minion equipped, like, with a Dwarf King's crown get killed because it went into fucking lava or something, you know?
Yeah.
So it was a small improvement, but it was a very, very welcome one. Morbid, the 7 Acolytes will launch for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC via Steam on December 3rd. Publisher Merge Games and developer still running around announced. Sorry, still running. I don't know why I added that around. You are the last surviving striver of Dibrom. Your duty, for which you have trained your whole life for, is to defeat the 7 Acolytes, accursed and powerful beings possessed by malevolent deities called Gahars. Hey look, enemies whose life bars go down.
Woo!
I wish this jump was a little bit more controllable. Experience epic bosses and a multitude of bloodthirsty encounters as you build your character. I think I'm attacking a wall. That wall had it coming, though. Challenging foes, mini-bosses, and memorable large-scale boss fights with fully orchestrated music are central to the world of Morbid. To overcome these obstacles, you must master the art of combat, as well as improve your character and gear through a wealth of elements such as quests, perks, runes, upgrades, and looting. Right? Let's hope Godfall has some looting here. So, Ari, do you have any ETA on when your store will have it? I saw their post you shared. Okay. Like, I saw they said that the distributor wouldn't ship it to them until like a week after launch or something.
Which is ridiculous.
Dude, that's some bullshit that Sony just, like, didn't tell anybody that they weren't shipping that stuff to stores until later. Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous. I wonder how many canceled.
That is the worst. Yeah, why wouldn't you cancel?
I mean, because you're not going to get one probably by then anyways.
Else.
That's...
Both ones are especially dumb because they were at the front line for it.
Yeah, you're probably not gonna find one anywhere
place.
else. What are you doing, game?
Fucking staggering. Is someone summoning things?
I think they're soldiers, aren't they?
They're creepy.
It ain't me.
They have tails.
I don't even know if this thing is hostile to us, but I'm killing it anyways.
The trap rocket? It's red. It's shooting rockets at us. I would say that means it's more likely hostile.
Yeah, something's definitely hurting.
Yeah. Okay, so I just need to go and hold down X against enemies. That's simple.
This chainsaw sword is entertaining.
What, are you playing Gears of War now?
Yeah.
Rebecca loved that damn chainsaw bayonet.
Oh man, I cut so many things in half with that.
Oh, there's a chainsaw sword in this game.
And now there's a rocket? I'm not fighting no fucking rocket launcher. That's stupid. It's a dumb enemy.
They've just learned how to overcome the Empire. Give everyone rockets.
Wait.
Oh, this chainsaw is way better.
I can just hold down triangle infinitely and keep whirlwinding.
Well, you need to learn how to play your character, man.
Yeah, you do.
I'm learning. Hey, okay. How many buttons do you guys fucking press? Because I'm watching you and I'm guessing one.
Yeah, I got 4.
3.
You don't press all 4. I'm looking at the way you're fighting.
Right now I'm using this one attack because it's most effective.
Because it's effective, yeah, Jesus Christ.
I don't believe you
I
people.
have armor equipped, psychic armor equipped. I don't need it against that.
Okay.
I use
A bunch of liars here.
grenades.
Cyberpunk 2077 has claimed another victim. The Medium has been delayed until January. This is a quote from the developers. It wasn't an easy choice to make, but one made due to the COVID-19 situation in Poland, as well as the current schedule of other games on the market, it said. Bloober Team remains committed to delivering our biggest, most ambitious, fear-inducing experience to date. Bloober Team.
Rebecca, you gotta try out this chainsaw sword thing.
I don't think I can use it like this.
Wow, these things hit hard.
I love the fact that I can switch between my flamethrower and this sword. It is definitely good stuff.
I love the fact that this game struggles to maintain a solid 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
That's the thing, people talking about, oh, the power of next gen. Come on, guys. Developers aren't going to optimize for shit. You're going to be playing fucking ugly-ass fucking AA CRPGs that are running at 20 frames per second because they can't fucking be bothered.
Yeah, some developers will, right?
Some will. Yes, the first party.
Like those God of War people.
Santa Monica will. The additional development time will allow us to add further polish, ensuring we deliver our innovative, genre-pushing vision of interactive psychological horror. Rest assured, the delay will not stop us from sharing information with you, and you can expect us to unravel a few more layers of the medium's great mystery soon. What are you... Did you get locked in there?
I think she's locked in there, yeah. Something said a gas trap. Violence solves every problem. It sure does.
Fuckers. I was like, do I have to find a door now?
I mean...
No,
You
I had to
would've-
fight a whole shit ton of nerdlings, is what I had to fight. But the door turned red, like, I should have thought of it.
Love them hiccups there.
Get up, you asshole.
Jesus.
What?
Just the amount of little things I'm torching. I've got a kill streak and then a massacre. Oh, this thing is summoning them, isn't he? Yeah, he sure is, I bet.
Get out of here, you nerdle. Banner.
That was entertaining.
Nerdliness.
Blood for the blood god.
And that's it for the news, so we can get to our top 10 list now, right?
Yay! Let's have Jared go first.
Rather, maybe we should talk about more broad, general things about this generation of consoles.
You son of a bitch, you promised top 10s.
I mean, there wasn't a lot of innovation this generation. I think we can generally agree on that. Like, we didn't really see a resolution increase unless you went for some of the mid-generation upgrades. We saw 1080p become more standard instead of aspirational. Indies continued their strong showing from last gen. The worst games got more exploitative. Microtransactions started accounting for more and more horror stories when it comes to the amount of total revenue generated by some games. Not every trend that continued was necessarily a good one. I think we can all agree on that. Jesus, this frame rate, this game does not know what it's even trying to do. Oh, I got killed by something.
Frame rate.
Yeah, frame rate.
If this game insists. I mean, I'd settle for a healthy 25 frames per second at this point.
Yeah, another massacre bonus.
Jesus shit. Okay, game, do you want people to melee or not?
No.
I'm guessing not.
This has to be where the warp gates are. There's too many enemies for it not to be.
There is a warp gate here. I'm trying to fucking kill it, but non-stop enemies.
Okay, there's no way the difficulty has not been kicked up.
I haven't touched it.
I don't believe you.
Hey, we did it.
Yeah, you came in there when I had it almost completely dead, and like, well, that's it.
Oh. Like, where do these enemies even keep coming from?
Warp gates.
Uh-huh.
And Nurgle banners.
Ah, you guys got stuck in there. I'm outside the door. I think, Ari, that's you too, right? Oh, wait. Only one person's in there?
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
That
Can attack the door.
wasn't too bad.
Even if you were a demon, can you imagine, like, trying to barge through two people with flamethrowers?
Oh, yeah, because if
maybe.
you're any good
Yeah,
demon,
if
you'd be immune to fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Demons are not good.
These are aliens.
No, I'm pretty sure Chaos in Warhammer 40k is basically demonic.
Yeah, but it's like alien.
No, I'm pretty sure it's like extra dimensional evil realm sort of demonic.
How's the mission complete?
All right.
Are you really?
It's aren't you on a PlayStation 4 Pro? Jesus.
Even the bro's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I don't know who's shooting purple shit, but your purple shit just looks like static images half the time on my screen.
That's me. And it attacks groups, so it's useful against groups.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that it always appears as a static image on my screen.
It's definitely not doing its animation a lot of the time.
Yeah. I think. Hey, but you might be playing at higher than 1080. Oh. Wait. Oh, that was the end of the mission?
Yeah.
Come on, people, there's shit to kill. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
I didn't even vote to end the mission. I think it does it
Yeah, I didn't
automatically.
either.
Oh.
It said we completed it though, so whatever. Whatever you said.
We also saw the reemergence of the CRPG. That came back pretty strong this generation. Thanks to stuff like, well, I guess front and foremost, the Divinity games. You had Pillars of Eternity, Tyranny, which hasn't come to console yet, surprisingly. Pathfinder. And Tides of Numenera, to name a few. Sadly, Greg, no Shadowrun.
We should have Shadowrun.
If only. Something tells me they wouldn't necessarily be easy platinums, though. Bolt gun. Not sure I want to switch weapon types. Jeez.
Laser gun.
Kinda tedious scrolling through all your stuff. I got a null rod. What the fuck is a null rod?
No idea.
Well, it has a lot higher item quality, so I'm going to equip it.
Yeah, that's
Even though it's going to require me to change up all my skills, so... Alright, let's see what skills you have. Null Rod, whatever the fuck you are. Stun, Shock, Anti-Psyker, Single Target. Oh wait, did I have two of those weapons equipped? Wide Strike. Yeah, maybe I won't switch to this. I don't want to have to learn how to use a new weapon set on the fly. I will try to buy some new stuff though. I think I'm probably just gonna have to resort to that since the game isn't dropping anything. Why do I like these games? They never give me any loot. Frag grenade versus a refractor? Okay. Learning these games on the go is always something.
The shop resets in 3 minutes, 30 seconds.
Fuck. We're gonna wait around until it does?
Nah, it's enough time to do something.
What do they even have for sale? Do you even have any of my blades for sale? Doesn't look like you do. Doesn't look like you do. Garbage. It's all garbage.
Oh, if you're on the sell screen and you hit the touchpad, you can sell all common, blue, green. Yeah, there's a bulk sell.
Ah, okay.
And there's a sort too. Yeah.
I'll be goddamned.
Yeah, look at that.
Glad someone figured it out.
There's a sort in your inventory as well.
Too bad there's not a make the merchant sell something not shitty option. Wait, what
You're asking way too much there.
What are we doing? Location unlocked. I don't care about locations. Stop making me do stuff. Did that happen for anyone else, or is it just me? Maybe I pressed something. What is this game doing? I don't know what just happened. This game doesn't make any sense to me.
Stuff is done.
Talk to Metadora about the condition of the space marine.
Anyone want to comment on any other general trends, anything of interest that happened this generation broadly?
I like all the builder games.
There are a lot of those. Minecraft definitely inspired a lot of things. Rebecca, you want to share your list?
Did you actually send it to me?
I did actually send it to you.
I hadn't heard.
But you shouldn't need me to send it to you, right? You just remember these.
Well, I'd also like to add another honorary mention. Number 1, Diablo 3, Ultimate Evening Edition. Number 2, Dragon Quest Builders 2. Number 3, Stardew Valley. Number 4, Fallout 4. Number 5, Dragon Age Inquisition. Number 6, Graveyard Keeper. Number 7, Darkest Dungeon. Number 8, Portal Knights. Number 9, Slime Ranger. Number 10, My Time with Cordia. Honorable mentions for Dragon Quest 11, Witcher 3, Ghost of Tsushima, and I'm going to add Divinity Original Sin. That's my list.
So you're a fan of builder games, I take it.
I have a fuck ton of indies on there too. I have
Yes.
indies.
You need a PlayStation 5 for all the indies you're going to be playing here soon.
Yeah, she does. And you just went through that.
Care to elaborate on any of those? What you liked in particular, or...
I like RPGs and builders. That's
I mean,
what those are.
I guess that's the list, isn't it? And Darkest Dungeon. A little more hardcore than...
Darkest Dungeon is like that abusive relationship, though.
Hey, why are you bringing our shit up?
Please,
I
for
say our
help.
relationship's abusive?
No, I just am trying to be funny. Jesus. I don't randomly
He hides
leave
the
after
abuse
a
with
job
humor.
and go get syphilis and can't be found for 2 weeks.
Wait, what?
You don't even leave the house, period.
Yeah, no. Syphilis would have to come to me.
Sometimes I wake up and you're not here, and it's because you went to let your parents' dogs out, and then you come home with junk food.
They pay a tax
From
when I
their
go
house.
when I go do shit for them.
Which you
Nothing's
don't
free.
share.
I'm
Let's
just
say you come home and then I find the wrappers from junk food.
Hey, Did you let the dogs out of your parents' house, or did I let the dogs out of my parents' house?
You took my car, so...
Oh, whatever. How long did you drive my car? Actually, I don't think you really drove it that much.
Not that long.
All I'm hearing is that I'm a great boyfriend that checks food for you to make sure it's good.
There's no point in checking it to make sure it's good if it's all gone by the time you're done eating it.
Well, I gotta be thorough.
Yeah, okay. You're the male that resides in my home.
Yay! It's all I ever aspired to be.
The game froze completely on me. It's back now.
That'll teach you to shoot purple shit all over.
I wasn't even shooting my purple shit. I was just shooting regular bullets that time. If I have a single target, I shoot regular bullets.
God, these Chaos Space Marines are fucking... tough fucking things.
Yeah,
I like sawing them in half with the chainsaw.
Alright, Ari, how about you go next? I'm just going by the skin line, it doesn't fucking matter. Hey, there's no... do it however you want. There is no standard.
That sums up the podcast in general.
We have as many standards as we have regular viewers.
Yep. All of one.
And basically our only standard is Greg, genocide less.
Oh, ouch, 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 ouch.
Did you platinum
I
it?
specifically kept Skyrim off on my list.
Why? Because it's PS3?
Yeah, and it's everywhere.
I should clarify something real quick. We don't have any standards. Generally, though, I told people that this is their favorite games instead of, like, any attempt to be hoity-toity and go, well, objectively, this game was a little bit better. No, these are just the games we enjoyed the most. And I personally tried to stick to games I've beaten and games that weren't remasters. That's just me.
Shit, if I stuck to
That
games
is...
I beat, then I...
Well, yes, you'd have a top 3. But that doesn't apply to everyone, so these are kind of loose standards. Ari included ports, so...
Yeah, my standards, I kept as many remasters on. Woo.
I mean, that's okay. I've done it for you.
He might actually do it. Nah, I'm just joking. Holy shit.
Oh.
I expected that out of Jared, but not out of you, Ari.
Come on, Ari.
Hey, the man said Borderlands 3. No judgment zone.
Little bit of judgment, but it's his list.
I'm a judge.
Fair enough.
God, you put so much more work into this than me.
Yeah, I know. I just had to kind of... Rebecca, come on, top 10. And I had to just look at her like... She's like, well, what games have I even beaten? And I had to go on PSN profiles and look to see what platinum she had. Her general percentage.
I like it. I like that he has reasons for them all.
That's good.
And that he's going from back to forward.
I mean, we all know that I'd sit here and talk forever about it. That's why I'm letting everyone else go first.
I'm planning on just winging it too, so...
Oh, jeez. Okay, well, Greg, you're next
I've
then.
done a lot of things in the past few days.
Okay, Greg will be next then, because I expected too much of him, apparently.
That's exactly what I told you he would do.
Okay, he moved 1,000 miles. How far did you move, Rebecca?
I mean, I went to work.
Okay, Ari, continue. We're fucking with your list.
Oh, yeah.
And a platinum. Everyone got a platinum. Even Greg.
I didn't.
You didn't get a platinum out of it?
No.
How did that happen?
Because I think I stopped playing a few times.
Oh. Well, I mean, we can't help that. Yeah, I think we went back, like, we didn't play the main one on the podcast, but we did go back to the Necromancer expansion. Yeah. Hey, maybe they'll make a PlayStation 5 port. I would platinum that again.
I mean, you platinum it, you're going to do some playing on your own, too.
Yeah.
Hardcore is actually pretty fun, I think.
It's not bad.
It needed to be my number one game.
That's actually not a bad game. Oh. Have you played The Walking Dead? Okay, I'm just wondering if you... Like, everyone says that one's the best. I'm just wondering how that compares.
Well, I mean, it's like 4 games long.
Well, that's true.
And then a couple DLCs on top of that.
I've not heard of that. What game is that?
Kind of an indie.
Oh, too close to home. I'm that guy. I don't need to play that game. I live it.
What I'm getting from Ari's list so far is he likes things that are pretty chill and relaxed.
I mean, who doesn't?
Good stories, yeah.
Oh, really?
Wow.
I still have to play that.
Nathan,
What?
you can't play your new Christmas presents until you finish playing your old Christmas presents.
How dare you? I will get to Undertale when I am ready, woman. She got me, what was it, from Limited Run Games? They did a physical edition of it? Or? Yeah.
No, I think it was Fangamer, right?
Oh, it was one of those.
I don't know.
Really? You actually finished
in my mind,
it?
I was thinking Final Fantasy VII.
I did not finish Red Dead 2, I have to say. I got to the second chapter, and that's...
Yeah, I never finished Red Dead 2.
I got New Vegas on that one because they had me writing up like the hunting stuff, and that's all I was doing for like 40, 50 hours. Just yeah,
the story is really good.
I like how you can kind of cheese missions just by bringing like a lot of shit that restores your Deadeye or whatever it is. Like I don't know if it gets more difficult, but from what I played, you can kind of just chew your way to victory in every encounter if you need to. I mean, of course, you could play good too, but who the hell is going to do that when you can just eat some chewing tobacco and go on a murder spree? That's fine. We didn't do nothing important.
Killed some space marines.
I have to admit, I do not really have an answer for these Chaos Marines.
Yeah, they're pretty beefy. Could you imagine like the whole squad of those guys?
I mean, I'm fighting 3 of them at a time.
Sometimes I'll throw a grenade in the midst of them.
Like, I have answers for one really big thing, and I have answers for a lot of little things, but I can't really do that much if there's just like 3 Chaos Marines. I can do hit and run attacks, but that's about it.
Well, that's a nice chest. Greg's turn, right?
Greg's turn, yes.
Well, yeah, I'll pick 10, but they're not going to be in a pretty order or anything like that.
I just, comment on them, give your reasoning if you want, however much effort you want to do.
Red Dead 2 is definitely on my list. That game's story is fantastic. Plus, it's pretty as hell. You can do... They just put detail in that game. Like, you go up in the mountains with your horse as ball shrink.
Yeah, I knew we were going to get a horse testicle line here.
Right?
You can pet dogs.
You can, when you put your gun away, if you hit up while you're holstering your gun, you'll do a little trick with it.
I did not know that.
You can press up while you're holding somebody up with your gun, and you will do a warning shot in the air.
I think I've done that on accident. I didn't know why that happened.
You can do little tricks with your rope. I mean, I did a guide for the game. I looked up an entire Reddit thread of stuff people don't know, and it's amazing. That game is very good. So I mean, that's got to be in the top 10. Persona 5 Royal is in the top 10, of course.
Are these in no specific order, or
no specific order?
Okay.
It's my favorite 10 PS4 games.
Okay.
Persona 5 Royal, though, is just the classiest, jazziest, funkiest thing out there, and it's awesome.
Is that a legit contender for number 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, they're in the top 10 in no specific order, but we kind of have a hierarchy.
Legit contender for number 1.
Ghost of Tsushima?
God of War.
Oh, okay.
And Ghost of Tsushima.
All right.
There's 3 and 4. Look at you jumping ahead.
Well, you asked me to guess.
Maybe.
All right, keep going.
I'll forgive you. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is really good. It's just perfected open world platforming like Assassin's Creed, just with a samurai flavor, I guess. God of War is obviously really good. That game's story is fantastic as well. Fantastic boss fights. I mean, all 4 of those games are really bangers.
Boy.
Bloodborne would be number 5. Like, I love the Lovecraftian shit as it is, but you throw Dark Souls into there, and it's fantastic. It's really good. I have a hard time picking, because I'm going to say Doom Eternal. But, I mean, Doom 2016, like the original one, that's really good as well. And I don't want to pick, like, both of them.
Well, which one do you like more?
Oof.
It has to be Eternal, right? Because I've heard they've iterated on, like, pretty much everything good about 2016.
Well, the only reason I think why people like Eternal more than 2016 is because 2016 had those like challenge rooms.
Yeah, those are kind of lame.
Forced you to. Yeah, if people don't like the platforming challenges, they don't like that very much. and Eternal kind of does away with that. But they also have the weapon challenges, which are really nice, and they have I mean, there's more demons, there's more variety. So what is that, 6? I'm going to throw Stardew Valley in there for number 7. We all know why.
Because you finally got your platinum?
It's amazing how... I would still, even without the platinum, I would throw it in there. It's amazing how one guy can put that entire fucking farming, gaming team developers to shame. Amazing.
Kind of funny, though.
I mean, yeah. Let's see. For 8 and 9, I'm going to go with some horror games. Resident Evil 2 is fantastic. Like, that's one of the best remakes I've ever seen. They did a fantastic job. Resident Evil 3 is a little short for my taste, but I mean, it's still really good. But 2 is beefier. It's got the 2 players. You can play through with Leon, then you can turn around and play through with Claire. I mean, it's better than 3. Plus, the lighting was better. Just the horror situation in general was better. And not the other horror game would be The Evil Within 2. Like, people are always complaining that they wish Silent Hill would come back, but I mean, that game's like a combination of Resident Evil and Silent Hill. It's got the towns to explore like Silent Hill. It's got some side stories.
It's a little weird.
Anybody who's whining that there's no Silent Hill and hasn't played The Evil Within 2 is like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's a little weird that people want like old franchises to come back when, frankly, in a lot of cases, there are new franchises that have superseded them. Like, I don't know. I'm a nostalgist, and I like to say 1998-ish was around the best time for video games. So come on, we've done better since then. You can let go. Anyways. Interrupting Greg.
And number 10 is going to be Dragon Age Inquisition.
One of the first games of this generation.
I liked it a lot. I liked it that you could pause the combat. I liked the different classes you could be. I liked the bug that let me get my platinum way faster.
Ah, you whore. The bug that made it so you didn't actually have to play the difficulty mode?
Well, that made it so that I could level up Cassandra to an ungodly knight and blast through Nightmare with no problem.
So you're saying I need to reinstall the game, but not patch it, and then do whatever the hell you did?
Yeah, you can give Cassandra skill points just by reloading an area.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Yeah. And then once she's mastered all her knight skills, you can just play through the game like normal. So yeah, that's my top 10. I think it's a good mix of a lot of unknowns and triple-A's.
No Diablo. You might be one of the few people that don't have Diablo on their list. Foreshadowing. We'll see what Jared says.
On PC.
Yeah, we'll see what I say.
Wait, you played it on PC? No wonder you don't like it.
Well, first, before I platinum PS4. I played it when they had that freaking real-time...
Oh, yeah, fuck that real money auction house.
I was selling, like, 25-cent items at a pretty good clip.
That was just a bad idea. But we're not going to litigate that. Any honorable mentions or anything else to say?
Yeah, no, that's it. Let's hear the rest.
Jared!
Yeah. Yes, let's see. I have 5 honorable mentions. No particular order for those. Infamous First Light.
That's good.
Better game than Second Son.
Do you mind if I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
I got, like, one of the last times I got sick in the past 5 years. I got the flu for, like, I was down for 2 or 3 days, and all I did during that time was Platinum First Light. So, it's not on my honorable mentions list, but I've got a soft spot for it because it was my chicken noodle soup in gaming form.
Yeah, I mean, Fetch is a lot better character than Delson in Second Son.
Oh yeah, her powers are better too.
Are you saying that just because of the movement?
What?
Like, the movement in that game is way better than anything from Second Son. Is that why we all like First Light?
No, I mean, I think Fetch is just a better character, like Jared said. She's got a better backstory. She's not just a whiny fail son vagrant from the...
Way less story, though.
See, I felt Second Son was more of a tech demo than anything else. Because it came out a few months after the PS4 came out.
It definitely felt like there was an act missing. Because you get that earth power and then the game is done. It's like, what?
Alright, continuing along, another honorable mention is Borderlands 3.
No, not actually on the list.
Yeah, well, I mean, shit story. I think it's the best gameplay in the series.
You can just say it. It's one word, 3 letters. We know what you mean.
Oh yeah, I know. Everybody knows. Next honorable mention is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was hankering for some classic
Igavania.
Yeah, Igavania. And I'm sure this next one is going to surprise you that it's not on my main list, but Hatsune Miku Future Tone.
I thought you were going to say Persona 5 there. I was going to be like, what?
I mean, Future Tone, Hatsune Miku Future Tone is probably the best Redland game on PS4. Yeah, because it has 230 songs in it if you buy everything.
Jeez.
And yeah, I mean, I have like 120 plus hours in it. And my last honorable mention is Monster Boy in the Cursed Kingdom.
Oh, really? That high, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it starts out slow, but once you get a few bits into the game, it gets real good.
I have that. I haven't even booted it up yet, though. Much shame.
It's not a hard platinum. And if you ever need a guide...
Yeah, there you go. That's on www.neosecret.com.
Yeah, that's on Neosecret. Okay, now getting to my main list. Number 10 is Shadow of Mordor.
Oh, that was a good one.
And Shadow of Mordor is at number 10 because of one thing, the Nemesis system. It's just fantastic, and that should be in everything.
Yes. I keep saying they need to make like the next Saints Row game, but with a Nemesis system.
Yeah.
Think about it. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be
I mean, other than the Nemesis system, Italian is boring as fuck.
I mean, the gameplay is really good, even without the Nemesis. It's not great, but it's
I mean, it's basically Batman.
Yeah,
right?
basically Batman.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of WB games are...
Okay.
People really like this Batman game.
I'm gonna try something. You all can tell me if this is a stretch or not. The Nemesis system is to Shadow of Mordor what Mark Hamill's Joker is to the Arkham games.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, they're still good games without it, but would you really want to play them without it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. And number 9 is Monster Hunter World. Great gameplay. So much fucking shit to do.
Which reminds me, why are we not playing Iceborne at any point?
I don't have
I don't have it either.
Am I the only one who has
That answers your
Iceborne?
question.
I have a feeling that watching people play Iceborne, that you will probably hate the game.
Oh, is it just like the lost levels of Monster Hunter World?
Yeah.
Because like Kirin is about as good as I care to be. Like, what's the term for it when they're enhanced? I can't remember.
Tempered.
Tempered Kieran. It's about as competent as I ever want to be in a Monster Hunter game.
And
Oh.
I mean, everybody talks about Fashion Soul, but then there's Fashion Hunter in the Monster Hunter world.
Man, I wish you could, like, just have cosmetic armor for some parts and have the stats for other things.
I think they added layered gear for, like, everything or something in Ice Wall.
Ah, see, why are we not playing this game? Whatever, it's a pretty steelbook. That'll do, even if I never play it.
Alright, moving on to number 8 is Devil May Cry 5.
It's another game I still haven't played.
Yeah, a great return to series, excellent action. I mean, nobody really cares about the story.
What color is Dante's hair?
Rebecca?
It's a good color.
Good.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus, you people. Fucking Shit Disturber. That's her #1 game. Shit Disturbing.
I mean, and it's actually it has the special edition coming out for PS5 and Xbox Series X.
And it has a new trophy list, apparently.
Yep, new trophy list, new character to play as.
Come on, you have to be really good to platinum that shit. That ain't happening for anyone on this podcast.
Wait, what?
Devil May Cry 5 has a really hard trophy list.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is.
Greg's like my mom.
There's probably some Dante Mist Dice shit in there. So.
Heaven, or Hell or Hell mode, and yeah.
You have to S rank every mission on every difficulty.
Ugh.
One of the difficulties is that if you get hit once, you die.
But the enemies have normal health, yeah. Or like, maybe not normal, but maybe even like hard mode or whatever it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, number 7 is Disgaea 5.
I think that's probably going to be the only Disgaea list or on these lists. Jared's a Disgaea guy.
Yeah, I've played all of them. Disgaea 5 has the best gameplay in the series. Bunch of quality of life. I think I put like 200-300 hours into that game.
Jeez. How long did it take before the Disgaea 6 hit the stores before you pre-ordered it?
Literally within seconds. Collector's edition with the steelbook and everything.
Fair enough.
That was a group of fucking Chaos Marines. That sucked.
Yeah.
I ordered a bunch of grenades.
That's why I've all just been sitting here listening to Jared, because we were just holding down attack.
Number 6 is Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls. That's the first iteration of the game I played, was the Reapers of Souls expansion.
Oh, really? You only had the Ultimate Evil? You didn't play it back on PS3?
Yeah, I never played Vanilla or whatever.
Reaper of Souls is significantly better.
Yeah, I mean, I played Ultimate Evil Edition is what I meant.
Yeah.
I never platinumed that game for some reason.
I platinumed it twice.
Right? Yeah, maybe you and Jared can go polish that off sometime.
I need to do it again.
I would
PS3.
platinum that game again if it came on PlayStation 5.
It's literally the best. It's the best loot game.
It is. So far, it's on 3 of our lists. Greg.
Greg only cares about the big games.
This is personal stuff. Quit attacking Greg for his list. Rebecca.
She just likes attacking me.
I know. It's her hobby.
Yeah.
That's what he gets for leaving me out.
What are you... Jesus. Continue on, Jared, before this marital spat continues.
Number 5 is Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Hey,
I need to...
I probably would wish to if I was sort of.
Oh god. Jared, what did you say? These two are fucking just babbling.
Number 5 is Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Oh, you hear that, Rebecca?
Yeah, I said yeah. Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Okay.
Such an
That's what I
improvement
was
over the
saying.
first game.
It's fucking awesome.
It might be the
Yeah.
most improved, like, from 1 to 2.
It's great. great. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm trying to, like, what...
It's one of the few games that I played off to the side and I got hooked and I couldn't stop playing.
To the point where it stopped being a side game and started being a this is going to get me fired game.
Pretty much.
I mean, it happened, you know.
I was playing it so much that Nathan was like, are you ever going to leave your room? Then I got the platinum and he's like, you're done platinuming it. Quit playing it.
Yeah, when it was time for work, I just had to get a 2x4 and put it under her and fucking pry her out of the woman-shaped indention in her bed.
Speaking of games that got me hooked and I couldn't stop playing when they came out, number 4 is Celeste.
I heard that game was actually a really hard game, but an easy platinum, if that makes sense.
It's
How does
an
that
easy
make
platinum
sense?
because there's a cheat mode where you can put on cheats that make you not die, infinite boost.
And that doesn't invalidate the platinum?
Nope.
Yeah. So if you play it on wuss mode, like I would...
I've done almost everything legit. I'll say this, when I played, I think I initially played Celeste on the Switch. And I loved it so much that I immediately bought it again on the PS4.
I've been waiting for it to go on sale, but I don't think it's ever really gone to a price I want.
And then I ordered a limited run physical edition.
Okay, well, I mean, you know.
I can't imagine that physical edition is a bad buy, to be honest. Like, it's probably never going to go down.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best platformers this gen. And I think it's.
Nathan, you should not play that game.
I think it was originally made.
I will set it on bitch mode, and I will enjoy every second of my platinum.
Everything but the music was made by one person.
I mean, if you're willing to buy a game like 3 times, it probably should be on your top 10 list.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's called Final Fantasy 15, in which case there are extenuating circumstances.
Oh,
Well,
I mean,
Final
I have
Fantasy
3
15 got you through
Diablo
dark
3,
times.
so
It...
it makes sense for it to be on.
God, yeah, it's surprising how bleak and awful that game was, and then how, like, it helped me deal with a significantly worse fucking game. Oh, man.
Number 3 for me is Persona 5. Just oozing style and
It is a beautiful game.
yeah.
Now, it's weird because I remember what Genshin Impact, Rebecca, you talked about how that had anime characters that looked right, but you never said that about Persona 5, did you?
No, I said that about Persona 5 while you were playing last week. I was like, yeah, they've got their anime characters good too.
Okay.
Although
Sometimes they do look a little
Persona
weird,
5,
the models.
angles will make their eyes look really weird. So, and Genshin doesn't have that problem.
Notice it's the vanilla version and not the royal version.
Yeah, have you never played it yet?
Okay.
Okay.
No, I have not.
On looks a little weird at times, but, you know.
Yeah. Like, On and Morgana will look really weird sometimes, and for me, that makes them not be as perfect as Genshin. Genshin characters,
No
they just
one
like,
cares
like
about
moving
On
anime.
when you get Makoto.
What? How dare you? On is great.
That's fair.
She's so wonderfully stupid. I don't understand all the hate.
She's like randomly smart.
I like On. I'm just saying Makoto's a much better character.
She's more useful.
She's annoying. She's boring.
She gets better. She starts out like the game does that a lot. It does like the fairy tale thing, right? Or just this typical anime thing. Characters start out like hyper antagonistic, and then they just about face when they join you.
I will say On's Awakening thing is probably the second best in the game.
I think there's something we can all agree on. Best girl is Tei Takemi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it?
That's the sister.
Yes.
Isn't it?
No, that's the
No,
doctor.
crazy doctor.
The punk doctor.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
What do we know about Kasumi?
We know that she doesn't invite you up to your room to play doctor with you when you hit rank 10. So
yeah, that's all it takes.
come on, that is like the boy fantasy there.
And
Plus
those
she's
legs.
older. Ooh.
Jesus.
Those legs.
Right? We're
Yeah,
revealing our
those- yeah,
pathologies
those
here.
legs. No, I mean you know.
Yeah.
I've told you several times.
Yes. We're all in agreement. I think even Rebecca agrees.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I play doctor with her.
I mean, I'm sorry. I know I'm going to sound like a weird prude, but in a game where you can fetishize a bunch of fucking teenage girls, no, I'll take the smoking hot punk doctor down the street.
Listen, that is really weird. What are you
I
doing?
mean, there's a lot of people that love, what's her name? The teacher, Como. Fuck, I forgot.
Kawakami.
Yeah, she.
You'd think I should know all these names,
You should.
I
and I do.
feel bad
Takamaki
for her.
is
I feel
on.
bad for her. She's like the reluctant prostitute.
Well, she was being blackmailed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we can all agree that Haru is the worst female character.
Like, I've just met her on Royale, and I don't know anything about the character just yet. So, we'll see. I'll be able to comment on her
Who?
soon, but
Who's the worst female?
Haru.
Haru.
Oh, nah. I
don't even
mean,
know that one.
does
Greg-
anybody like Chihaya, the fortune teller?
I don't like her, but that's for personal reasons. It's not like...
I like her ability. She's got like one of the best abilities in the game.
I'm an epistivist, and suffice to say that all her fate, tarot card reading, voodoo bullshit is... It rubs me personally the wrong way, but she's kind of an amusing character anyways, so...
On the other side of the coin, she lets you max your confidence way faster.
Gameplay,
almost
yes,
all-
she's useful.
Almost all of her tarot stuff is spot on.
Are you writing that from a personal perspective or a guide author's perspective, where you're like, she
No,
saved me
like,
so much time?
In her when she's commenting about your fate and what she sees and the people around you, like you're not telling her stuff. She's spot on.
Bitch sold you a fucking fake rock salt, okay?
Yeah, she did.
She scammed the
Right.
shit out of you.
Ooh, I unlocked item type plasma cannon.
Oh,
That sounds,
I unlocked a bunch of stuff I didn't even look at.
Let's see. Number 2 is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Really? That high?
I was wondering if that was going to make anybody's list.
I mean, it's one of the better, I mean, when you're fighting the robot dinosaurs, it's one of the best games. One of the best, it's absolutely fun. Beautiful world.
You know what would make that game a lot better?
Not having Ashley Burke.
If Aloy shut her fucking mouth once in a while.
This
Yes.
guy hating on women.
Just her.
Like normal.
Look, if it was Jennifer Hale, she could fucking mumble to me all day. She'd do a better job, that's for damn sure. But Ashley Burke,
Hating on
shut the
women
fuck
like
up.
normal.
This guy.
She was born as Aloy, but I mean, I know Nathan hates this character, but I love Tiny Tina.
I'm not a fan.
Ugh.
Like, Ashley Burke doesn't do a bad job in Steins Gate, so it's not just an Ashley Burke thing, although I do have a...
Who is she in that? In Sims 8?
Mayuri, the anime.
Melta gun. What the fuck is a Melta gun?
See, the worst thing, one of the worst things I don't like about Ashley Burke is that she did Rise in the Persona 4 dancing game. And it's hard to top the performance because, I mean, I will fanboy over, what's her name?
Oh, you can't say you're gonna fanboy over somebody that
Laura
not know
Bailey.
their name.
Laura
there-
Bailey, yeah.
there you go.
She did voices on Saints Row as well, I think. Laura Bailey.
She was one of the female protagonists.
She's in everything.
And my number one game, I'm sure you can guess what it is, Nathan.
Surprise me.
No, yes.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, it had to be.
Probably the best open world game this gen. No, I mean, not probably. It is the best open world game this gen.
I'll say this about Ghost of Tsushima. It single-handedly should have made everybody who wanted Ubisoft to make a Japanese-themed Assassin's Creed game go, who the fuck cares now? Who the fuck cares? They're not going to do any better. It's fucking done. Play Ghost of Tsushima. Ubisoft won't fucking do anything nearly that good.
No, not at all.
So,
I mean, absolutely beautiful game. The sword combat was great. Stealth combat was...
yeah, it's kind of mediocre. Yeah.
I mean, once you got all your tools and stuff like that, fucking awesome.
I didn't actually use all my tools for a long time because, what was it? The wind chimes upgraded to firecrackers, and I was like, is it going to replace my my wind chimes if I buy this upgrade? So I just didn't buy it until like the end of the game. And I was like, oh no, it just adds more.
Then,
that was
also,
dumb.
we must remember, you were like, just what, 2 minutes ago, you were commenting on what one of your abilities did in this game, like surprised.
Well, yeah, until I learn what it does, I'm hesitant to use it.
I was with
40 minutes after playing the game.
The firecrackers would replace the wind chimes either.
See? 2 on 1, Greg.
No, you had just played for the previous 40 minutes. You had every chance in the world to learn your skills. Not 2 versus 1. Learn your fucking character.
Oh, Jesus. Says a guy whose fucking tactics are hold down fucking X to burn things.
Oh, you wish. I'm doing much more, and you fucking know it. Just take the criticism. Don't bitch.
I do not accept your criticism.
Character.
I will bitch.
Ari and I have the highest levels. For a while there, BK was up there.
I mean, I can't criticize your list too much there. Ghost of Tsushima was a far better game than I thought it would be.
Hey, we have 2 games overlapping, so I'm happy with this.
Single DPS.
Now, Greg's list, on the other hand, what a
Well,
shit.
he had Stardew Valley.
No, yeah, you can't complain about Stardew Valley.
3, 4, 5 of the games on my list are God games.
If I played Persona 5 at all, then like...
I don't know why you don't play some of these games. Like, you'll sit there and watch them, and it's like, just play it. It's right, just play it. I have 3 copies. You can play almost any of them.
Well, I mean, Persona 5 doesn't really play that differently when it's played by a different person. So...
Well, then what?
I can guess some of
Okay,
these
people.
games.
I gotta go to bed.
Oh,
I got
jeez.
work.
You're not gonna hear Nathan's list.
That's fine. It's not important.
That's
He knows my list. Alright.
Irritating.
Thanks for stopping by, Greg.
Bye, Greg.
Will this drop everybody if I leave? I guess one would
Maybe.
find out.
I will-
Good sleep.
I will get out of my menus.
I was promoted to party leader. I don't like that.
Oh, see, it won't drop you.
Okay, just shifted ownership over.
Yep, okay. Bye, everybody.
Alright, see you, Greg.
Bye. I don't want to be party leader.
You're party leader, and you will lead the party whether you like it or not. Alright.
I don't actually know Nathan's list, guys. So
I kept it a secret. Top secret.
he
It's a
knows
matter of
that.
utmost importance. Well, I'm the one who had to write it down for her, so.
I had it written down. It was just on the character sheet.
Oh, I got another bolt pistol. What do you know? Don't know if it's any good or not, but... Okay, so we're gonna have to get into another mission here soon.
At the peak. So don't start your list.
I'm starting my list, now that she's
Don't start your list!
away. Okay, honorable mentions.
Hey!
What's my damage up to now? I should see. 89! Ugh. Hit points 3,711. Suppression 4576. I'm not surprised Tsushima was your number one. Did you write a review for it, or... Did anyone write a review for it? Because now it's been like 2 months, I probably forgot everything about it.
No, I had to move on to Mario.
Fair enough. Oh man, that makes me so happy. Good job. Good job, Drew Brees. Like, I pretty much hate every quarterback in the NFL with a B in their name right now, including Drew Brees, but I will take Drew Brees over Tom Brady any day.
My room is like 5 degrees warmer.
Yeah, your room's a hothouse. Alright, so my list, and I was babbling during everyone else's, so I'll probably babble during mine too. In no particular order, I've got 3 honorable mentions. Salt and Sanctuary, Assassin's Creed Origins, and Horizon Zero Dawn. None of those made it into my top 10 favorites, although I liked all 3 of them quite a bit. Assassin's Creed Origins was my favorite Assassin's Creed game this generation, but I know this is going to sound really weird. This was a really good generation of games for me. There was a lot of good shit, so when those 3 don't make the top 10...
I'm surprised about Horizon.
I mean, I like it, but... I don't know. I don't know what to say. I just like 10 other games better. And honestly, it's probably like the 13th on my list. So, I mean, Horizon is really good. Robot fucking dinosaurs. Fucking great. I think there are a lot of intangible things that made me like the game less. Yes, Ashley Burke, the character of Aloy I wasn't enamored with. It was also weird how they just dropped a lot of plot threads, like how all the children and minor characters from her village that they start building up various personalities for just all fucking die towards the beginning of the game, and none of that goes anywhere. It's like, what the fuck was the point of any of this?
You had to fight human enemies too. That was a weak point.
Yeah. None of the human enemies were fun to fight. All of that is counterbalanced by robot fucking T-Rexes. Like, just crafting different weapons, and I remember I had, like, different bows of each element towards the end of the game that were just tuned to only deal 1 elemental damage, and hiding in the fucking tall grass and picking shit off, and yeah, that was good shit. Like, gameplay, I can't complain. Robot dinosaurs, it delivered on that premise. I even, like, the core sci-fi story, I really fucking liked. The whole idea of ecological collapse because of these self-replicating machines. It was essentially, this is one of my favorite sci-fi scenarios that I never really see used very much. It was a variant of the gray goo extinction idea, except in the common gray goo idea, it's nanomachines that are set to deconstruct carbon, right? Or carbon-based things. So essentially, you just create a swarm of nanomachines that essentially disintegrates everything because they're breaking down carbon. This was, significantly different, but the end result was the same. They were giant fucking machines that consumed organic life as a... It was supposed to be a fallback for their power supply, but then they decided that instead of allowing themselves to go into shutdown protocols, they would just start consuming all life on the planet. Really great fucking interesting story. I like how they handled it, but I don't know, filtering it through the lens of Aloy and that fucking doctor from the past. Some of that was a little too girl power on the nose for me. I wouldn't have liked it if it was a male character who fucking had that shit connection to the past either, but they did have a case of, like, Mary Sue going on there that bugged me. And I remember when that game came out, there was some big backlash towards it. Like, this was still when you could pretend to be a gamer gator and people wouldn't just roll their eyes at you and tell you to shut the fuck up and go away. People were bitching about the game because of its supposed feminist influences, which is fucking ridiculous, to the point that what's his name, the guy who worked on World of Warcraft, Mark Grums, whatever his name was, who is kind of a figure in that whole movement, said, no, shut up, guys. This game isn't like that. It's actually a really good game. So there are some things about it that I just didn't like that prevented me from enjoying it. It got in the way of some of the better themes and story aspects. And yeah, Assassin's Creed Origins was a great, not even return to form for the series. It was just, we're going to shift gears and we're now on a much better road than we were before. Like, we're done with this lowbrow pseudo-stealth bullshit and we're going to just throw a bunch of RPG elements in there. I'm biased. I like RPGs, so Origins was great. Ancient Egypt was fucking awesome. There are a lot of small details in the game. Like, I remember at one point, when you're just going up a cliff, there's... Oh, I'm on a turret. I don't want to be on a turret. They had a row of people pulling a obelisk over some wooden rollers, and then there were, like, guys that were going ahead of the obelisk as it was being pulled, pouring water on it to lubricate it. And they had a... God, I don't want to say an overlord. Like, an overseer who was, you know, telling people to pull in unison, and like, they just sat there and they dragged this obelisk quite a distance, and there were a lot of characters and a lot of animations involved, and it was just a very detailed little event that you could just watch. It had no story implications. It was just something that was happening in the world. Like, they did a lot of really good shit like that in Origins that I didn't see in Odyssey very much. Where are you even at? Oh, well, there's nothing oh, there's stuff attacking you.
I can't leave this thing.
Don't worry, Ari will protect you.
Yeah, I know. I can always rely on her.
Jeez. Oh, I think I got rid of my grenades again.
This is why I can rely on Ari.
And my leap ability is... This has happened more than once to you. I'm wondering if this is like a PS4 Pro issue. Alright, let's go down the actual 10. This might be blasphemous to some people, but the 10th on my list, and one of the few games I haven't yet beat, although I played it a significant amount so far, is Persona 5 Royal. Is the 10th game on my list. It's got one of the best soundtracks this generation, and it kind of sticks a thumb in the eye of all the assholes saying that turn-based games are dead. It's a great game with great characters, great soundtrack. Some of the stuff annoys me. Great art, yeah. Well, it's a little over-designed in some places to the point where they've actually made the menus harder to read because of how clever they're trying to be with the design, but I'd rather them err on the side of being visually interesting than you know, having a little bit better readability. In this one case, I will lean in that direction. There are some problems with it, which is why it's 10 on my list. A lot of the fucking like meta commentary of the game is really cringeworthy. Those stinking adults, asshole adults, always picking on us kids, darn adults. Just shut up. You sound so fucking stupid when they say shit like that. Just and the flow of gameplay is a little wonky at times. Like, if you complete a palace in a timely manner, which you want to do because you want more time to, you know, do all your social stuff, you can end up sitting around for literally a fucking month not doing anything but boosting confidant ranks and stats. Just talking to people and shit. And, you know, that's a big part of the game. I'm not going to shit on that as a aspect of gameplay, but maybe a better balance could be struck. I know it's self-inflicted because, you know, you can choose to go to Mementos. You don't have to complete the fucking palaces in one run. But if you want to min-max and get everything done, you kind of want to... Anyway, you know what I'm talking about if you play the game. You're gonna spend a long period of time alternating between dungeons and real-world slice-of-life stuff, and it could use a better mix, honestly. Number 9 is my 2014 Game of the Year, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. I don't think I need to say much more than what Jared already said about it. Fucking Nemesis system was great. Number 8 is The Outer Worlds. I'm surprised no one else had it on their list, but maybe I'm the only one who's beaten it or played it significantly. I mean, I love the Fallout series, and New Vegas is a contender for the best Fallout game. I think I still give it to Fallout 2, but I'm not going to go into that discourse here. But just to make it clear how good The Outer Worlds was, I and a lot of other people wanted Obsidian to get another crack at Fallout. Especially considering how Bethesda has handled the IP this generation. After The Outer Worlds came out, I don't want them to work on Fallout. Let Obsidian, or let Bethesda fuck that franchise up. I'd rather have The Outer Worlds 2 than Fallout New Vegas 2. And I think that's high enough praise right there. Just, it also struck the fucking nihilistic, we're all fucked, corporate dystopia mood that I've been in for, oh god, ever since I started paying attention to politics, so. Great game, great writing, didn't overstay its welcome, skill checks actually matter, builds that you can fucking, implement to determine how you play the game. You can talk through the final quarter of the game. That's always a fucking neat thing in my book. And you can manipulate the system so that your character can actually do a lot of different things instead of just doing one thing well, which is another thing I also like, so. Might be a little bit biased. It was also a really fun guide to write, and my first published game review. So. Number 7 on my list is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Hey, look at that. Amazing how that works. It's almost like someone's doctoring this list just to be clever. I didn't expect, after the debacle that was Final Fantasy 15, to come out of Final Fantasy VII Remake going, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with the story, but the gameplay was good enough that makes me anticipate the next episode of this remake. I had all kinds of doubts and worries about Final Fantasy VII Remake going into it, because how could they fucking top the original? I mean, short answer, they couldn't, and you were just setting yourself up for disappointment if you thought they could. But as its own thing, as a re-envisioning of Final Fantasy VII with modern gaming sensibilities and graphics, I think Final Fantasy VII Remake acquitted itself really well. Better than I expected. Aerith is such a cunt, and she's such a cunt in the ways that she needed to be a cunt. Like, I know I've said this before, but y'all have to listen to it again because we're talking about it again. When you're just reading the text of the base game, you can kind of, question how much you're reading into the actual words, right? You can sarcasm, unless you put in fucking brackets sarcastic before someone says something, it can be hard to interpret just in text. But Aerith in the original game always seemed like a little fucking shit disturber, little fucking provocative bitch who would say things to people. And I think the most emblematic scene of that is when you first get to the Gold Saucer and Barrett tells you his life story about how his fucking village was betrayed and destroyed by Shinra and, all that heavy shit. And Aerith just leans over and says, we're gonna go play. She's a cunt. She's a bitch. She's doing that to fucking antagonize Barrett. And it worked. And he throws a tantrum and runs off. And that is the Aerith that we got in the Final Fantasy VII Remake, where she's just such a low-key, snarky... It's so great. It sounds like I'm saying bad things about this character, but I'm not. She's a great character. She's the best part of that game. And, you know, there are actual viable builds, and the game does demand some strategy of you. I mean, I had to write the hard mode playthrough of the Final Fantasy VII guide at Gamer Guide, so, you know, you kind of figure out what works and what you need to do and bring along in each battle. One thing that... Like, there are a million things wrong with the game, don't get me wrong. And I'm probably overrating it just out of pure fanboyism, but... I still think it's one of the better RPGs released this generation. And I'm anticipating the next episode, but there's a whole lot of ways they can fuck it up or go wrong. Like, one of the things they needed to do better, you rarely got to choose what characters you got to play as. Like, you had 3 available to you, optimistically, at most points in the story. It's not like you had access to 6, and you could choose 3, and different combinations were better for different scenarios. Like, each character had their own niche, which is good, but you didn't usually get to choose which one you brought along, except for, like, some VR battles, which is bad. So hopefully they change that up for the next episode, so you actually have more strategic versatility like that. The entire final chapter of the remake is just fucking bonkers, and if you're anything resembling a purist, is an outright travesty, and that's probably why you hate the game, and I'm not going to say anything good about it. It is what it is. But they kind of had to have something like that at the end of the remake, because if they didn't give you that penultimate fight, and I'm going to try not to spoil it, people would be bitching about it. But if they did give you that fight, like, it's a little soon. I don't know. Good enough to make my top 10. Number 7 on my list. Number 6 is Ghost of Tsushima. Again, I don't think I need to say that much. Jared said a lot about it. I thought the main character, whose name escapes me right now... Jin, there you go. Jin Sakai. I thought he was a little bland, but in a good way. Like, I know a lot of people won't like that character, but he had more of a Geralt arc than this is a bad character arc to me. So I think that's pretty good praise right there. Yeah, the gameplay was just utterly fantastic. The world... Like, the game had no business looking that fucking good on the PlayStation 4. And, I mean...
In the low times.
Yeah, I mean, just from a technical aspect, that game was just a fucking wonder to play. So much so, I couldn't stop myself. I just played through it, platinumed it, and... Nothing bad to say. Nothing bad to say. Not really. Stealth could have been a little better. Maybe that's a little bit bad to say. I can definitely see why it'd be number 1 on some people's lists. Even Rebecca put it on her honorable mentions from what she played of it. So
yeah, that's fun.
Should definitely play more of it, and more Persona.
Oh, any Persona would be more Persona.
Right. Number 5, and this is where the personal favorite over absolute quality becomes a little more clear. Nier Automata. That game had one of the best soundtracks, bar none, this generation, and like, it really shows its ass, figuratively speaking, not making a 2B reference, although kind of am, in the first hour. And that's unfortunately what the demo was. The first hour is the worst hour, and it makes you question everything else about the game, but once you're past that, the game gets so much fucking better. And it's just got a combination of almost all the fucking shit I like in a game. It's got a really good action combat system. It allows you to upgrade and customize your character. you know, having the idea that I don't want to be that good or accurate, so I'm going to equip these force mods on my weapon to shoot out fucking blade beams every time I swing. And oh, look, I stuck to it and upgraded these to such a monstrous degree that I just fucking murder everything as soon as they're on screen. Sorry, I love it. I don't care if I'm a scrub. It was great. And, of course, once you get past the first desert area and you see fucking a bunch of tin can looking ass robots get into an orgy and fucking somehow procreate two fucking androgynous fucking testicle-less fucking white-haired guys, you're just like, what the fuck is even going on in this game? And it was captivating from that moment on. And then, of course, you're at the theme park and just so much fucking goofy bullshit in that game. I love it to pieces. And it's not a bad platinum either. And Rebecca, I know you watched me when I played through that part. Tell me that wasn't captivating.
It was.
Oh, man. Number 4, Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition. I guess that makes Greg the only one who didn't have that on his list, but yeah, you know, Greg will do what Greg will do. It's probably my favorite loot grind game of all time. And I know it kind of counts as a port or a remaster, but you know what? This is the one where I'll make an exception, put an asterisk on the list, and make the excuse that, oh, it had new content.
It did have new content.
Reaper of Souls was a solid act that was visually and gameplay-wise distinct from the other ones, and all the other subsystems they added to allow you to keep upgrading and re-rolling loot made the whole experience so much fucking better. The loot drops were forgiving. I played that game so fucking much, and after Diablo 3, once we got to the Ultimate Evil Edition, I never spent a few hours playing that game where I didn't think I had made gains. Like, I never came out of the Ultimate Evil Edition thinking it wasted my time. Doing all those Nephilim rifts and bounties and customizing your characters, and the fact that even when they nerfed items or builds, you could just respec your character and go on more runs for more shit. It's fantastic. You know, it's so much better than Diablo 2. I played that game to pieces. You know, back in the day, it was great. But it was fucking so stingy with the loot, and every time Blizzard got a bug up their ass about some fucking spell being too strong, they'd nerf it, and you'd have to re-roll another character. I don't have time for that shit anymore. I don't find that terribly compelling. I don't want to do that anymore. And, yeah, sure, it's subjective, but for my money, give me more Diablo 3. Give me more fucking Diablo 3. Hey, look, these Tyranids actually take damage. What do you know?
I don't know what they're doing.
I think that level just bugged out on us. Or we were doing it wrong. But, yeah. Probably my favorite loot grind game of all time. And yeah, I know, it looks cartoony, and the story is basically a shit retelling of Diablo 2. All of that is true, and I will give people. It's more fantasy, it's less dark, and yeah, blah, 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 blah. I can fucking see fucking animated gore and blood anywhere these days. It's not that fucking exciting. I'm not a fucking teenager. I would like the lore to be darker, but if I got another fucking cartoony game that was as much fun to play as Diablo 3, or I got a darker, more serious game that wasted my time, sorry, I'll take the fucking cartoon bullshit. My party abandoned me. Here on my own. Number 3. This should be no surprise to anybody that is on my list. Stardew Valley. Of all
made it to a lot of lists.
Right? Of all the great chill-out games, this was probably the greatest chill-outiest game. I don't even care that I didn't platinum it. I purposefully went, I'm not going to fucking do this trophy. It's going to make me hate the game. And I don't regret it. Unlike some people. I mean, it's just... It's a game where you can...
Missions. I can be proud enough about that.
Oh, yeah, fuck that. I did the fishing. I don't need to do the fucking out-of-place arcade crap in there. But, I mean, you plant crops, you grow grapes, you make alcohol out of them and hops, and you sell your shit, and you upgrade your farm, you collect resources, you romance some people in town. I mean, what more do you fucking want? Well, yes. I guess you can be a slut like that. If, what's his name, Concerned Ape does a Kickstarter for a Stardew Valley 2, he's got my money. You've got my money. I will buy your shit. Or, if you want to release a PlayStation 5 patch, upgrade version, I'll play that shit again. We will play that shit on the podcast again, damn it. Unfortunately, the game didn't have multiplayer when it came out and we were all playing it fresh, but...
This thing has a lot of hit points. Aren't effects. It's killing me.
Number 2 on my list. The Witcher 3. It's Game of the Year 2015, so kind of had to be on the top 10. Stardew Valley was Game of the Year 2016. Nier Automata was my Game of the Year 2017. Just kind of going down and seeing how shit played out. What can I say? It's probably the best Western RPG released this generation. Probably has too much content, if we're being 100% honest. But... it just tells such a great story, and the characters are so fucking awesome. The game has issues, like, yeah, combat kind of sucks. Load times are atrocious. They really needed some quality of life upgrades, like allowing you a quick button to reapply oils on the fly. But The Witcher 3 catapults to damn near the top of the list off the strength of its side quests alone. By far the best side quests ever in a video game, bar none. And might be a little bit subjective. I like the fact that a lot of the side quests revolve around mortal failings, which create monsters, and the whole Witcher hunting the monsters thing is kind of just a way to gameize the moral stories at the heart of The Witcher 3. If that's too much nuance for you, if you roll your eyes at that, that's probably not a game that you're going to enjoy. But if you like these tales of human failing, and you like Shades of Grey outcomes, and you just like really well-written fantasy content, hard to do better than The Witcher 3. And the only game on my list that did better than The Witcher 3... Can anyone guess what my favorite game last gen was? This shouldn't be all that difficult. Dragon Quest XI. There you go. Ironically, kind of the opposite in a lot of ways to The Witcher 3. This is very much a story of black and white, good and evil, not a whole lot of ambiguity. I just, like, all its set pieces and characters are so fucking lively and personable and memorable, and the game is so fucking fun and chill, and just Dragon Quest is fucking great, and Dragon Quest XI is the best of Dragon Quest. It really is. The fact that you can mix some modern graphics and features with really cute, outdated sound effects and gameplay modes, it's just fantastic. Every time I'm fighting something and it dodges and the game makes that boop sound, I love it. Another 10 points on my scale every time it does that. It's also got really great gameplay, of course. It's Dragon Quest. We kind of know how it plays. And another fucking fuck you to all the people who think turn-based games are dead. Because it's still a far more engaging, tactical game than pretty much every ARPG that's come out. Or ARPG. I think I might have left out a letter there. Yeah, I mean, Dragon Quest XI is just fucking amazing. I love it. What the hell is my character doing? I think she's drunk.
Or are you mentally?
There's a tower here. I'm trying to attack and I can't. Oh well. Like, and a lot of this is Greg's fault. Like, when Greg asked me, like, what more could you ask for a Dragon Quest game? I couldn't really think of anything. Like, the only what negative points do I even have to say about it? I mean, I kind of like, you know, the whole loot grind aspects of games. You could probably implement something like that in a Dragon Quest without hurting anything. Upgrading stuff via the fun-size forge is nice, but it's by far from the best weapon customization mini-game I've seen in a game before. I guess they could have made Eric sound less weird. But I mean,
He's from Brooklyn, Jersey.
Yeah, he's got a weird accent. But I'm nitpicking here. The game is just fucking loaded with charm and just so great. And that's it. That's my top 10 list of games for this last generation of consoles. Hey, you know what? Maybe Dragon Quest XI will get a PlayStation 5 port. Huh? 3 fucking trophy lists. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. And The Witcher 3, and man, it's probably not saying something good about next gen when I'm like, I wonder if I'll be able to play this last gen game again. Or maybe it's saying something bad about me. I don't know. But I think Ari put the most time into his list because he's like, I want to fairly represent everything. Did I have a... Yeah, I had the Outer Worlds. That'll be my top first-person shooter. Stardew Valley, best indie. Dragon Quest XI, best RPG, best JRPG, best game. Best story of this gen. Witcher 3, I think, has to be the best story of this gen.
I just have a bunch of RPGs and builders. I really can't. I guess Fallout 4 would be a shooter, but it's also a builder.
There's a lot of building aspects in that one. Remote mine, reflector shield, melt-a-gun. Oh. We can be. Sick of it already? Oh,
As
hungry.
the leader, I say yes.
Leader?
I'm a leader!
Oh, jeez. But I guess that's it for the podcast and for this last generation of consoles. I know it kind of doesn't feel that way anymore since Ari's console has been delayed, but we'll be hearing about it soon, so you can't hide. They're going to be out there in the wild. We'll be hearing about all these trophy lists and how all this shit works, and I mean, who knows? Who knows? All the fucking mechanical failures that come with new consoles. All kinds of fun shit that we get to play with in the upcoming weeks. So, Rebecca, you might actually have to make some changes to your abode.
I will when it's here.
I'll worry about it when the box is on my bed.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. I'm
How I roll, yeah.
I'm ready. My body is ready. And more importantly, my shelf. Hey, we should hang another shelf.
Fuck you and your fucking shelves, you fucking shelf-loving fucking whore.
God, that last shelf was such a cunt.
Yeah. You can shove that fucking shelf up your ass.
But the last shelf we hung is almost full, and I have more stuff coming in.
I don't give a fuck.
Look at this loyalty here.
Now, hanging shelves in a poorly designed house that fucking sucks balls.
Well, the
It's
next
not fun.
the next shelf won't be so high up. That has to count for something, right?
The fucking things are probably still shitty though.
Does anyone use plasma guns?
I use plasma and bolt pistols.
I can send you a bolt pistol. I'll send Ari a plasma gun. That only seems fair.
I've been using auto pistol.
6 resist all. Damage reduction. Damage reduction. Okay. Well, that'll do it. Till next time. See you guys later.
Bye.